before I nerd out here, Tony, we got a match to jump into. Finally, we got Sentinels Flyers about to load up. I'm excited to kick this off, but Tony, I'm going to let you do it.
I'm excited to kick things off as well, so you know what? I'm taking over. Step aside,
Do
Alex. You see the tag pistol at the bottom of the map. You see the camouflage over here. That's what we're going to be fighting for. And hey, you know what? If you get the camouflage and you're going to go top mid anyways, grab that tag pistol. You know, be ultra silent, be ultra sneaky. But either way, start with Royal 2. Again, like you said before, I don't know how practiced he is, but he was once one of the best shots in the game. Show me what you got, Matt.
What was once one of the best shots. A player like Royal 2, he can jump on Halo 5 after not having played for a year and still be one of the best shots in the game. It's just, testament to how talented the man is. But for now, it looks like he is going to lose that fight, though. Envoy going to take him out. And Envoy, we've been talking about him. He's been sweating pretty hard recently. With CC on our screen up on P3 here, you can see that he's lost a couple teammates. But nice spot on Frosty right there. He can get that quick kill, and now he's in the base.
Still on board here with Super CC, the 21-year-old out of Coatesville, Pennsylvania, going to sneak right up behind Royal 2, putting some good shots in, but not able to finish him, and somehow Matt's able to take out his teammate commonly, so great efficiency coming from Sentinel. They're not going down easily.
But I like this play from Frosty. Look how sneaky he is. He managed to take advantage of that distraction right there, gets a double, pulls the flag out through pink side, and he turns around to get the spawners as well. So Frosty taking advantage of a double dilemma here, and he did a great job putting the damage in. That flag's still out in the pink street. Commonly, last guy left to fight for it here, and he's got to win this fight or at least stay up to delay and give his teammates a chance to come back. You can see Jay already wrapping through the red base, going to try to grab a potential counter flag here. Commonly going to try to make his way all the way through pink and get the jump on Frosty as well. So I like the counter attack from Flyers. This is the type of things that they do to hold on in these moments.
And commonly needed to get that kill on top P. That was a good flank. It was a good push, but he was not able to kill your MVP Frosty. That could have been a momentary 3 down, but it was not. Royal 2 going to sneak his way over towards top P. 10 minutes and 21 seconds on the clock. Snakebite gets a kill. Trippy takes out Septify. Back-to-back kills, and they're pushing forward. This is looking good if you're a fan of Sentinels.
Yeah, the collapse coming in from Sentinels right now. You got Lee, Envoy is going to try to make his way in for some defense. Another player up top as well, but Royal 2 being extra sneaky here. Takes his time, though, getting shot in the right-hand side. So rough situation for him. He's kind of lost his team on that challenge, though. It's a bit scattered at this point, so you can see multiple members of Sentinels dropping as Flyers do a great job of getting the defense here. Trippy somehow staying up top mid, though. Gets a nice kill on Envoy. The shield's gone, though, so good luck to him. And that's the thing, you can overwhelm it and just make top mid useless, and I guess you can burn the camo as well, so Flyers doing a great job here.
Great double kill by Hamza right there. Even able to burn that camouflage. So great play. Frost's going to take out Septify. Lily's out trying to stay alive with Comedy. They're going to work a little 1-2 combo on their opponent's side, with their opponent playing good defense. Sentinels gets the kill on Envoy, and now going to force Hammy to back down. So not the best push right there, but they still have somewhat control.
Connolly just trying to take this fight. He does, though. Connolly holding on to a spree. He's just been staying up, playing his life extremely well, but not just enough to get the flag out just yet. You can see he's still holding down pink side. We talked about this as a key to success, though. As long as he can control this pink side of the map, he's giving his team a huge opportunity here. And you can see the map control, they're getting off of it. You got Envoy pushing up here. Sentinel's going to do something to try to defend. Envoy tries to go in, but that's too dead. And Connolly, he will continue to stay up in P2. This is how he stayed alive, I guess, until he gets overwhelmed there. So Sentinel's going to fight back.
Septify takes a big nade from Royal 2 on board with here with Envoy, going to make his way over towards top car. So the blue team is full on overextending. Hopefully they can overload this red side, get the pull off, and maybe turn this a little bit of a stalemate. 8 minutes 33 seconds on the clock, and we still have not seen a single cap on the board.
Huge kill from Envoy, though, to stop Trippy. You got Snakebite still there, though, to pick up the flag. He's going to collect it, bring it just a little bit closer. Red base here. You can see Septify trying to deny him, but I love the nade and the flag kill right there for the spree. That should be a guaranteed cap. It looks like Sentinels going to be the first ones to put this on the board.
Big plays coming out of Sentinels, and we have Paul putting some good shots in. Frost's going to come in for the bait and switch. Commonly goes down. There's a player over towards top P. Super CC somehow able to take out Trippy, so camouflage is coming up. So all this fighting is for a reason. Sentinels wants to win this initial battle and grab that camouflage.
First, they got to get out of their base, though. You can see the pressure coming in through pink side. You got Chaz, that CC. In the meantime, he's already over on Camo, and Snakebite getting melted trying to get out of the base here. So this is looking just about guaranteed the Flyers to get this Camo. And they did. Royal 2 going to jump out, but Camo in the hands of CC. So it's up to him to make an opening play here. You can see there's a flank actually coming from Sentinels, trying to take advantage of the distraction here. Frosty yet again. Frosty's been making these flanks through the base, but oh, I want to say it won't matter, but CC doesn't get the stick. Frosty weasels his way out of there to get the flag up to the door, and now CC's down, and that turns into maybe a second flag here. You can see Hammy, the last line of defense.
Yes, he is, and Royal 2 is able to get that flag off of the base right there, so a good play by him. He's going to try to stay alive. Super CC not having any part of that. Frost going to challenge Super CC, winning that individual battle. Now, that was a piv, but not able to take out Sentinels. So 3 down goes the fan favorites, I'm assuming, Sentinels.
You do have to love that play from Commonly, though. He managed to get that flag out last second. He was last one up and put it in a baitable location. Managed to allow his team to come back and keep this in play here. So still 1 on the board. They're unable to get that flag out through pink side, but they're going to reset the situation once again here. Envoy trapped in bottom mid. Commonly with the help. He'll make his way back up the top mid here as Commonly just flies like his name down to car 1 here. And he's in a pretty good spot if he can get behind enemy lines. We'll see what he can do. You can see Sentinels once again in their base.
And he has to go toward the car side. He kind of wanted to double back and go basement, but he said, you know what, car side is better. Getting for the collapse. I'm so glad he went car side right there. Able to get the kill. Envoy Sentinel get back-to-back kills, and that's 4 down for Sentinels. Run that flag.
Yeah, this is it right here. They got the car bubble spawns, right? He's taking it through pink. They know it's car side. CC had backed up out to car 2 to make sure he had that car bubble side open, and they got the defense on lock here. So that's a guaranteed flag. That's textbook right there to bring it to 1-1. And of course, Camo coming up shortly as well. We're at that 6-minute mark here. So big turning point in the match could take place if Flyers can keep up this energy.
And Sentinel, the money 2 specialist, going to be rewarded for that flag cap, and even gets a kill on Snakebite. And once again, 2 down for Sentinels. Now Sentinel coming in, getting the 3-shot melee on Trippy. Camouflage is up, so now he has Snakebite once again in his sights. Sentinel is stepping up right now. He's going to get the burn. He's going to get the burn. There it is. Killing spree earned for Sentinel. So flag cap, killing spree, burning camo. Is there anything this man cannot do?
Well, let's see if he can make his way into red base. That should be the next objective here, because they got 2 more slays. You got 1 caught in bottom mid. It's another big kill. So Sentinels, they're going to have to play defense again, assuming they can get rid of this last player over on pink. And I like the distraction. That's the thing about these high-level players is when they're last up, they're so good at playing their lives as long as possible and slowing down the progression of the other team here. You got PJ somehow made his way all the way to the bottom of blue base. He's in a rough spot, though. That nade will do the trick, but he brought Septify back to blue, and now you can see the pressure is on through pink side as Sentinels light it up here.
And shots are going down, bodies are hitting the floor. Sentinel going to try to stay alive over here towards bottom P. Super CC winning his individual gunfight against Royal 2, but Sentinel is going to go down right there. So 4 minutes and 38 seconds on the clock. Anything can happen. We're tied up 1 apiece here, Alex.
Yeah, it's getting sweaty in this lobby, Tony. I gotta say, this is just back and forth. I haven't seen one pull in a bit. It's just been slay after slay, right? They continue to temporarily get control of either car or pink side. They'll take down some members of the team, but they can't make a concerted effort into the base here. You got Septify once again. He's up on P2. He's got 1 teammate P side, but as he does that, you can see there's always a flanker ready to get into the base through car. Frosty and PJ, they're gonna make their way up here. Septify, I love the nade to deny him. Can he take out Frosty? This is a big fight right here. Septify tries to get it. He does. It's a trade, but still these trades just going to keep it at a stalemate.
The 19-year-old out of Michigan simply wins those. He just wins those gunfights, and so does Commonly able to take out Snakebite. 3 minutes and 52 seconds on the clock. So that should mean about 20 seconds or so, there should be camouflage, and Frosty gets a clutch double kill. So we're going to see if Flyers can stay alive and fight for that power-up.
I think it's all riding on this camouflage, Tony. We need a boo-boo-doo-boo like camo play out of this right here. And Frosty, he's gonna be the man to do it. He's just waiting down on P1. He's got PJ with some protection above here, so he might be able to get. Oh, he does have it. So it might be on Sentinels to make a big play with his camo. Notice how Frosty just backs up. He's going to take a second here. He's not going directly into blue right away. Going to pick up some slays first. They can get that map control and the info. You can see they're under a lot of pressure despite Frosty's Cambo here. He has to play some defense. Septify coming in through P2. That's a nice elimination right there. You can see now they're back in blue base. This is where the pressure comes in. You've already got a teammate up on top mid. You can see the setup coming in through Sentinels, and Frosty just going to try to sneak his way up here. This is so crucial for Frosty. If he can make a big play, Tony, this could be a flagpole.
It's so frosty, more like it's so sneaky. Gonna go in there, 10. Work a little 1-2 combo with Envoy as a player over towards bottom toilet. I don't think they know about him.
His awareness. He knows that there's a bottom base spawn open there too, right? So Septify gonna get caught by Frosty with camo here. Big kill from him. Oh, but they got the flag out at the same time, so Flyers with the defense. This is still on Frosty to get the damage, but coming down to bottom blue base, he'll square off and win it against Envoy. That's 3 dead. And is that a cap? I can't tell if I think it got read, right? So they got to go back for blue. My God, that was almost it right there, Tony.
It was almost empty, but you know what? This is Halo. You know, you can get those slays, but if the timing's not right, you're going to have to slay again, which they are doing so, as Snakebite gets the double kill. Royal 2 gets one of his own, and that's 4 down for Flyers. Now they're going to just watch the cutoffs, and they're good.
You can see they're doing exactly that. They got the shots going into car here. They're not going to be fast enough to stop it. So that's 2-1 and just under 2 minutes left for Flyers to make some sort of a comeback here. That's going to be game over. So at this point, I mean, Sentinels, they could play D, but you know them. You know they're gonna push forward, try to get themselves that third cap. But in the meantime, Flyers pressure on. Royal 2 trying to get some defense. Nade takes him out. These are big kills from Flyers. You can see they're doing a great job. They stopped Trippy as well. That new camo's coming up as they hopefully take this flag out through pink side. I love that run through the bottom of red base. So Flyers answering right back and just in time for the camo as well.
They're answering back, and also they're showing that they're not afraid. They feel like they belong in bracket play right now. They belong here. This is their moment. This is their time. And Sentinel has the camouflage. Will take a little bit of team damage, but hopefully he can stay alive and make a play. 1 minute and 15 seconds left in the game, and they need to put at least one more cap on the board to tie things up here, Shyway.
I like how he just stares down Snakebite as he dies there. If he fires a shot, of course, he's off on the radar. 3 players in P2, by the way. But yeah, Tony, you're right. It's a battle against the clock at this moment. And Septify has to lead the charge here. A little roof bounce, spring jump will make his way up to red. Oh, I love the nade. I love the nade. That's a money nade right there. Can he get this flag through? He's got less than a minute to work with. You got BB12 in P1 there to stop him. And Flyers, I think that if they can't get this flag, Tony, this might be it for Flyers right here. This is the critical flag to save the game. And that's a big stop from Frosty to slow things down here on board. That's a trade, but it's not good enough.
I'm not sure who the player was when Sentinel pulled that flag. They have to realize that this is our last opportunity. So Frosty was one shot. They had to fly at him and take that risk. I'm surprised he didn't. They didn't get the flag cap pretty much because of that. I mean, there's no guarantee they would have got it, but I'm saying you got to at least go for it. You got to at least try, risk it to get the biscuit. 14 seconds left in the game, so I'm going to call it 2-1 victory in favor of Sentinels. And a great try, though, for Flyers. They played that game fantastic. They have nothing to hang their heads low about.
I don't know, Tony. When it's a team like Flyers, anything less than a victory, is unfortunate. It's not what they want, of course, right? So, I mean, all they can do as competitors is move on to the next match. You gotta wipe it off, clean slate, and take the next match with your full energy and momentum. Because at any point, Flyers could have taken that, especially at the very end with Septify taking that flag out. But it's just testament to a player like Frosty who knows how to get in the way, who has that perfect timing, right? He's sitting on P1 there to stop it. But Frosty was also that disruptor in this game that would continuously flank through Car's side, take the flag out through pink, while his teammates were on the opposite side of pink to create a pinch and to get that flag through. So that was something we saw time and time again. It looks like it led to 26 assists on the board. Look at those slays, Tony, for everybody.
29 kills and 26 assists. That's absolutely insane. But somehow it was Royal 2 actually finished with the most damage, 4,294 damage coming out of him, almost the most of the game if you don't count his opponent Septify, who was able to put up 60.5 accuracy to go along with it. So that was fantastic. Couple highlights over here from game number 1. Look at how does he do that? How does Frosty do that with the flag? Don't you shoot slower when you have the flag? What is this?
Tony, in case you haven't heard, he's the GOAT. There's no other explanation. You just got to say he's the GOAT. That's the answer. By the way, it's interesting to take a look at that scoreboard though and see that 3 out of the 4 members of that blue team of Flyers had over 4K damage. In total, they had much more damage than the side of Sentinels. Relatively even slays, but Flyers are there. They're putting in the damage. They're doing a lot of work. It's just not translating to those key objectives. Trippy, by the way, that was pretty funny to watch the shield just getting completely melted. It does look like we have Rig coming up next. That's just getting set up in the meantime, but that will be an interesting turning point here as well. I believe it's a Rig Slayer.
And you know what? I'm going to call it here. I'm going to say Flyers has to win that game. The reason being is that if somehow Sentinels win Rig Slayer and they go into an Empire Strongholds on a 2-0 lead, that's too much momentum. They're winning. They're 3-0 right off the bat. So Flyers needs to win this game to stay in the. It's not technically an elimination game, but in my eyes, I think it's just as important as an elimination game, Alex.
Especially a snowball map like Empire Strongholds, where we've seen like 99, one like 100 O's basically I've seen on Empire Strongholds. They're it's very easy to lock the map down because it's so small. So things can just barrel out of control very quickly, especially when Sentinels has stuff locked down. So you're right. I think if they want any chance at surviving this series, it's going to come down to the rig. It's going to come down to controlling that sniper, that camo center map. But especially that sniper, you want to keep it out of Frosty's hands, and he's the man we're going to start with.
I will have to agree with you, but you know what? Super CC and Septify, they're pretty nasty with the sniper as well, and Frosty's going to have first dibs on it because he's going to get that 11 minutes and 47 seconds, and just pay attention to that time. Let's see how long it takes for Frosty to heat up.
Oh, it's not going to take too long. I'm surprised he whiffed that. He will hit the body over the long haul here, but now he's got to stay up. I like this slow play here, just bottom desk. They are aware of his location, but he's going to try to play it slow and slap commonly in the side of the head with that no-scope. You got to love it. And Frosty's just getting started, so I better calm down just a little bit, Tony. We got a lot more coming out of Frosty.
Absolutely, and his brother from another mother, Snakebite, who has a camouflage in hands right now, playing very sneaky. Spots Super CC, gets a couple of shots in him, gonna let back down and catch a different angle. Almost catches a nade right there.
Yeah, Snakebite doing a great job staying alive, though. He does get that kill that's big, but coming in from above, yep, there's the player coming in from tower, so that's Snakebite getting deleted. That's camo off the map, but Frosty still holding on to Sniper. He's got 4 shots to work with here, and he will miss that one. That player is weak, though, on for being a tough kill. Frosty going to play this patient, though. He's so good at just holding on to the right moment to hit the shot. Just has to find that victim right here. You got PJ already taking a big battle down through bottom tower. They're all flying through yellow side. Frosty does some great damage, but looks like he's going to opt to back off. And he's just doing everything he can to keep that lead in their favor. They don't give up any easy kills, any easy damage. And you need all that information. So Frosty, he literally hasn't left tower in the last 30 seconds just to try to get an angle here with the snipe.
And it's one thing that Sentinels does very well. When it's a 4v4 situation, all players are up. They are never the first ones to go down, so they're always playing at an advantage. This is for you guys at home. If you're playing matchmaking and you notice you're not winning your Slayers, if it's a 4v4 situation, never be the first one to die. The first one to die is usually the team is the first one to lose that individual battle, or that individual war, I should say, 14-7 lead. And Frosty's already shooting bodies, letting Envoy know that he put some work in.
Yeah, Envor's been sweating pretty hard in this tournament. You know, he's calling out. You know, he's got the energy, and Frosty. You know, that's a strategic teabag right there. He's trying to snuff out the most ferocious competitors and slow them down. You know, get in their head a little bit. So Frosty, I mean, a 10-point lead from Sentinels here, and Snakebite. He's the camo man today. He's controlled 2 in a row, and he's doing a great job just locking down spawns here.
18-9 lead in favor of Sentinels right now. They've officially doubled the enemy team's score. And as you said, Snakebite still has that camouflage. Yeah, ends up getting a perfect kill largely because of it. They had no idea he was there. Trippy gets the double kill off her screen, and 3 down goes Flyers. That is not good. They're now collapsing on the spawns. They're going to be isolating 1 to 2 players and forcing those split spawns, Alex.
Yeah, some textbook spawn collapses coming in here, though they don't have the timing to jump into bunker, but man, did they find a way to get those 2 opening kills. There's the 3rd right there. Last player up in tower. Bunker spawn still open, and Snakebite knows it. He'll get a flyby. I wanted to say 5. It looked like a 5, but he gets the headshot with the Magnum. Uncommonly, he'll keep putting the pressure on. Snakebite going super aggressive right now, and I like to see it. That's a 26-11 lead here in Frosty. Oh, he does drop the sniper down in bunker, but that's just money for Sentinels if they can pick it back up.
And it's all about tempo, and that's what Sentinels does as well. They got the 3 down, and they recognized it immediately. So they know that at least 1 or 2 players were still spawning the carbine. They collapsed on them, finished them off, forced a split spawn, and then while the other 2 guys were spawning on the side of the map, they said, hey, let's keep on going. Let's ride this momentum. As Septify has a sniper rifle in hands, has about 6 shots left in it. Trippy gonna put the shotty to the body, takes out Super CC. Royal 2 goes back at Envoy. Comedy's going to take out Royal 2. Back and forward action. You know I love that, Alex.
Yeah, definitely back and forth, but you gotta love this from Septify, managing to secure the snipe and bring it back outside here. So he's got an opportunity to really pull the team back, though he opts to go to long haul here. Very scary place to be, because you can take so much damage. Look at that, the speed that player is coming in to chase him down, but Septify narrowly escapes. Envor will get that kill. And Septify just trying to find an opportunity here. He's just up in the middle of the fray here in basement. And that nade does take him out through the wall, so nothing done with that sniper, and it's back in the hands of Sentinels.
And mind you guys at home, you guys are probably wondering, like last week during the Open, it was a double elimination. But I will say this format's a little bit different, guys. So we already had the pool play. This is bracket play, and this bracket play is single elimination. You already earned your right to be here. Now you have to finish it out. So if Flyers end up losing this match and the next one, that's it. They're going home, and they're going to be slightly disappointed. It's great to make bracket play, but this team is destined for greatness, and they're currently down by double digits right now.
Yeah, not looking so destined for greatness right now, Tony. Maybe because they're up against the final boss of the tournament in the very beginning of bracket play, but that's just how it is sometimes. And Flyers, they got to be ready to take on anyone. So far, it's looking pretty rough. 35-26 here on the board. They got a 9-kill deficit to come back from. You got players trapped in center map here. That was a rough spot for CC as he gets taken down by new bunker spawners. You can see the awareness from these players. Royal 2 gonna jump back up, help out inside map here. That's gonna be 2 more dead. Now 39. They're gonna hit that 40-point mark, and you got Carbine side spawn. Sentinels are just completely aware of every single opportunity Flyers has here. You can see all 4 members spawning up outside map over on Carbine.
6 minutes, 22 seconds on the clock, but I don't think time is going to be a factor in this one because 41-29, only 9 more kills for Sentinels to take this win. On board here, Royal 2 putting some good shots down, but his teammates are 2 down, so hopefully he can stay alive or get the trade. Not going to do either because Envor has a daggone good shot.
If Flyers wants any chance of a comeback, it's going to come from the sniper and the camo coming up shortly as well. If they can take advantage of any of these, you know Snakebite's been on that camo all game long, so he's got that time. That's a sniper player dead as well. Super CC goes down for the count. That snipe's still over on Nest. And you can see 3 members still up on Flyers here. They got the snipe. Snakebite doesn't get hit by it. That camo coming up. Oh, and this is going to be the game here, Tony. They got the camo. They might have the slays coming in as well. Septify going to try and deny him. That's a nice melt right there. But they can't keep the snipe in play because Frosty, he's on top of it. That's 45, and they get 46. There we go. He's looking for another here. Gotta love the movement from this man around. What? Are you kidding me?
Proficiency.
I thought he was done. He's sitting on outside with no cover, but he makes it work, Tony.
I mean, you're talking about it was done when Snakebite grabbed the camouflage. I was calling it done 49 to 29. I mean, I'm sorry, 41 to 29. That's what I was calling it was done. 50 kill on the board. Sentinels take the win. That was Frosty who ends up getting the last kill on the X Games gold medalist commonly, and 2-0 lead in favor of Sentinels in this best-of-5 single elimination bracket.
Man, that final play is breakdown worthy. I gotta say though, when he's got no cover there, how does he just whips over and gets a no-scope headshot before he goes down there? I mean, of course, it's just insult to injury at this point. You can see it on the board here. Dominant game from Sentinels, 50-39. That's 14 kills at a Royal 2. Not looking rusty at all. But overall, the team looking great. 14, 13, 12, 11. They all go one kill separating between all 4 members here, but everybody looking great, all working well together. The damage as well. And Flyers, I mean, Flyers are a great team. They're definitely on the come up, but when you go up against a squad like Sentinels that are just so consistent despite the lack of practice, it's it must be tough.
Well, you know what? I mean, I guess they're not that much lack of practice. I mean, you got to look at Frosty and Snakebite. They've been streaming and grinding for a very long time, even during the quote-unquote off-season, if you will. Trippy, who has been maybe focusing attention on more of Halo 3, he's actually still been grinding Halo 5 as well, keeping a nice little balance, maybe like a 60-40, and was just featured in the Money Tuesday matchup, guys. Mind you guys, every other Tuesday, make sure you're checking that out, Money Tuesday. So I will say, there were a little bit more practice in a squad like, for example, like Cloud9. Like, I just noticed Cloud9 getting online maybe like a week before the event.
Hey, Cloud9's an interesting one, right? Because Cloud9 are definitely one of the top teams, but you're right. I haven't, apart from Renegade, Renegade's grinding all the time. He's nonstop, so he's fine. The rest of them, they don't stream too often if they do grind, so it's hard to know how much they really are playing, right? So I'm very curious to see how Cloud9 does. We saw that happen earlier. That was nasty from Frosty, and that's the thing with Frosty is he doesn't normally pull out the teabags, but when he does, it's it's kind of a special moment here. He's really trying to get in your head. Especially for the likes of Envor, who he knows a lot of the energy in this team is coming from Envor.
Whoa, Alex, hold on. He may not be pulling out the teabags now, But back in the day, dude, Frosty was known for the bagging.
Oh,
Like,
I know.
I was literally watching his highlights, and literally he can make a teabagging montage. And most famously, when he was shooting that Envy Emblem's body, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but that's like 2016, 2017 Frosty, right? To 2021 Frosty rarely pulls out the bag. It's only on special occasions, right? But you're right. Back in the day, Frosty would bag everybody. That was just his thing. Now I guess he keeps his subtle. But either way, we're going to be on board with Frosty once again in Game 3. One more shot for Flyers to stay in the tournament. Of course, single elimination in this bracket. And Frosty here to secure the camo right away. And does he get out with it? Oh, he outplays this. He's still alive somehow. There we go. He does get melted, but man, what a try.
Yeah, he was able to get the first kill, which obviously that was a big one right there. Not able to get with the camouflage, but his team does get a cap. They get a little bit of cap, and somehow Flyers gets bottom mid. I don't know how that's possible. Back and forward action, I'm loving it. A little bit of map control in both favor. Now we're going to see who gets that first, second cap, and it's going to be in favor of Flyers.
So it looks like both OS and... Oh, I thought for a second that was an enemy player that flew right over commonly. But it looks like that's just a teammate. Either way, they're all squaring off in tower here, and you can see CC going to try to chip in. Despite that, they do have that early advantage in points here. Royal 2 get melted by 2 right there, and that might be a trip cap here. You can see at the same time, though, they got the side base. They spawned up in red. They're very quickly going to flip the map on them just to stop the bleeding a little bit here, but still... You can see CC and team holding on to control here. Receptify, they're going to try to, Sentinels going to try to regain the map.
So boy, here was Super CC who drops the people's elbow on Trippy. Snakebite able to get a double kill and switch here towards Envor, who wins a very big piv against Frosty. Comedy takes out Snakebite, and somehow Royal 2 just snipes them away with the DMR, getting a double kill and equalizing the match. Now it's going to be Sentinels putting some good points on the board here.
Oh, CC doing everything he can to just get one pickup right there, and he does. He still needs more slays before they just dive into bottom mid, though. This is important. Frosty somehow lives there. The nade goes in, doesn't kill him as well, but finally, there, 2 dead. You got 2 more left. Matt, Royal 2, bottom mid, trying to get some defense. CC is aware of it. And it looks like he does get traded out, so they might not have time to actually get to pit here. You can see Snakebite diving in to stop it. Just getting that pick can be so pesky. If you have those slays, you just need that timing, though. And Sentinel's doing a great job of denying them, but Snakebite in a hard situation right here. Overall, though, it's great to see Flyers holding on.
Oh yeah, 23-9 lead in favor of Flyers right now, and I'm big surprised I'll be honest, I'm big surprised. I'm thinking Sentinels on Empire Strongholds, they're gonna win as a single easily, I guess. But no, Frosty actually just got the overshield. They just burnt commonly with camouflage, but they're still down by 20 points. So we're gonna see if Sentinels can weather the storm, come back, and close out the series. Don't give Flyers a chance.
They're doing a great job of denying those power-ups, though. You can see Royal 2 just had the OS, but just completely melted there. So Flyers still holding on to 2 caps. Frosty going to try to make his way back into red base here. I love how he flies all the way through. He doesn't go for the cap. He's going for the slays here, doing a great job at it. That's commonly dead as well. That's 6 kills off of his spree right there. But always even enough. Flyers being so difficult getting into that base. Last second they get the reset. And that's all that matters. You know, despite the slays coming out from Frosty, if they can continue to reset these caps, they'll hold on to points.
They really will, and 2 down goes Sentinels. Onward trying to get that 3rd player. Snakebite's gonna go down. So great plays across the board, and oh my gosh, 3 down to go Sentinels once again. And look at that scoreboard, Atlas. They have actually just crossed the 50-point mark. Meanwhile, Sentinels haven't even put double digits.
This is looking real rough for Sentinels here. Though they have all 4 members in blue base, you can tell they're really making a concerted effort to get back on the map here. They do stop the bleeding just a little bit, but I mean 60 points and counting as Flyers continue to pull away here. CC going to play this slow. Just trying to get information. You know there's a player over on Turbine beside him, but does he see it? Just a brawl going to take place in pit here as well. Whoever gets the opening slays, this is so crucial. It looks like Trippy does. CC going to pick up 1 on him, though. And he does go down as well, so can Sentinels take advantage of this and get that quick cap? It looks like they will, and finally Sentinels going to get some points here, and it's all about whether or not they can hold on, especially with the combo, or the camo, the OS coming up.
And yes, boys, we put it on board in favor of Sentinels, but not for long, because Flyers end up taking that cap for a 69-12 lead in favor of Flyers. Now Frosty trying to chase down this camouflage, ends up taking out Commoners. That's a big kill, but it's not converting to points. Luckily, Trippy has the overshield.
A wild melee out of Frosty right there to stop that camo. Trippy, like you said, OS in hand. He's going to dive into pit as well. Should be able to stop this. So great work from Sentinels to try to just claw their way back in this game here. Damage coming into bottom tower. He's got Frosty there to help out. You can see these players split spawning around the map. You got one up in tower, one in blue base right now. Trippy going to try to do something to deal with as he slides in with the melee. That's good enough. They're going to push for a trip cap here. Spawners up on red side and tower as well, so Sentinel's going to try to stop that, but it looks like we got a temporary full map control here out of Sentinels.
And I'm so glad Trippy was the one who had that overshield, because he's one of the better overshield players. The way he plays lightning fast, but still tries to take as little damage as possible. Thought he actually got that stick there. That would have been insane. Snakebite takes out Commonly. Trippy spots a play over towards Red Sneaky, gonna back down, stay alive, and somehow Flyers put a cap on the board. So they're gonna try to work toward that double cap. 74-35 lead in favor of Flyers, but good points being put in favor of Sentinels.
Trippy almost had a nasty double there as well. He got the nade in with the barrel explosion and then turned around. Almost got the double with the mag, but you can see how efficient Sentinels are being with their lives. Getting all these slays here. That's 3 dead, about to be 4 as Royal 2s is looking for that last straggler. We're going to try to be a hard kill as he tries to get down the bottom tower, but it's not good enough. Sentinels now slowly making their way back here. So off of just one set of control, you can see how they've really gotten the ball rolling. Royal 2 flanking his way up through blue base here. Nice damage coming in from him. He's got the nades as well. And he's got his teammates on Sentinels in center map here. So I'm loving these plays out of Sentinels to really keep Flyers trapped like rats.
74-50 lead in favor of Flyers, and mind you guys, at one point it was 50-9 in favor of Flyers. So Flyers need to step up, close out this game. Otherwise, this series will be closed out in favor of Sentinels, and they're currently coming back. So Royal 2 flying towards bottom mid, trying to get a last-ditch effort. Not gonna happen, as Flyers now has the double cap, and they're 25 points away from taking this win. Can they do it, Alex?
But at what cost? Did they get the OS and the camo? So you can see that they did actually get the OS. That's huge from Super CC. They had poured all their resources into pit while the powers were coming up, but despite that they still held on. And what is this battle on Turbine? He couldn't get the kill. He'll back out temporarily. Melee coming in, all that damage though. That's such a melt on the CC, as he just did everything he could to try to get that kill, but despite his efforts, Sentinels do manage to get 2 caps back. Flyers, they had a second lease on life there, a moment to pull away, but Sentinels still just clawing back, Tony.
5 minutes.
They've clawed their way back into it, but they're putting points on the board here, but they're still down by over 20. So let's not crown them just yet. We're gonna see if Flyers can come in and slay out and get the cap, because one good slay out, and now we're talking about Flyers winning the game as Royal 2 trades with Commonly right there. So it's still a 3v3.
You can see how slow Flyers are playing this. Got one just sitting up in tower. They got to just hold on to those high ground positions, get those guaranteed kills. Then they can start to push up the bottom mid here. Septify going to try to help out bottom mid. Ultimately does nothing, though. Gets melted right there. But Flyers do get the cap. 83 points and counting. Commonly, last man up right here. You can see 3 of his teammates dead beside him. Playing it slow up on tower. He's got to be aware of that pit as well. You can see they're going for the cap. So he's going to try to get in here last second. Get the reset. This is huge. If they stop pit, they got a real chance for this game right here. The battle's going down, but Sentinels seem to be taking it. Commonly tries to get in. Can't get... He's trying to get a ninja here. It doesn't matter. That's points on the board for Sentinels as they're pushing for a trip cap, Tony.
Sentinels went 3 down momentarily, and Flyers was able to get the cap, but then they went 3 down right after that. Sentinels able to steal away bottom mid. 2 down goes Sentinels. So now we're going to see if Flyers can capitalize and get this cap back. 90-76 lead in favor of Flyers. Momentum still in favor of Sentinels. Pit is almost in favor of Flyers, and there we go. They're now putting points back on the map, and more importantly, they're still 3 alive.
Just 8 points left to close this out for Flyers. They managed to get pit, which is so difficult. Sentinels, they're going to get it back. They got 2 members in pit right now. Going to drop back in. Frosty with the defense onto Commonly. Commonly last line of defense here as they try to dive in. It's not enough. And Sentinels, they just continue to close the score once again here. Pushing for the trip cap. Tony, if they get this is going to be so difficult for Flyers. They're at a point where they can no longer make mistakes. You can see Trippy with the OS in hand. He's going to dive into center map here as well. Trip cap on board for Sentinels. Can they get anything? They got to get a side base.
Yeah, when Sentinels got the slay out and bottom pit, it was great. But not only that, but they were able to put the trip cap on the board, really putting the pressure on. The thumb is on the wound. It's bleeding out, and it is officially mathematically impossible for Flyers to win. Sentinels come back in a beautiful fashion, take this game and the series. Wow, that was an incredible game, Shyway. That was an incredible game.
Talk about a battle of attrition. Flyers, they had absolute domination for a good, like, 60% of that game, right? They had, what, 60 to 70 70 points almost uncontested in that first half of the game. And then Sentinels, just a series of map control moments back to back where they get like 20, 15, 20 points. Flyers would turn it around. Flyers would get like 5 points, and then Sentinels would recollect the map, get another 20 points, and just slowly close that scoreline until they finally just inch their way past them in the very last 10 points. You gotta love it's just Sentinels, Tony. It's just another day with Sentinels clutching it up.
My gosh, big ups to Flyers to come out with a beautiful start and almost close it out. I mean, they went back and forth with Sentinels, but somehow Sentinels were able to weather the storm, come back to make it a real game. Flyers were still going at them with the slays, getting the caps, but they weren't able to play the defense. Once you get that cap,
oh, look at that.
I mean, if you're...
We missed that, by the way. I don't know what I was doing when that happened. But Connolly, I don't know if his controller died, but this is brutal right here. This is a huge... something like this could cost you a game. I gotta say, like that, you lose camo in that fashion. That's almost like a Sparty unplugged controller moment in Worlds, right? That's brutal.
It could have, and that could have been, who knows? If they would have kept that camouflage, maybe he could have played a little bit of defense with it, and maybe turned it into some really good points. But yeah, I mean, either way, they still had they had multiple opportunities to close it out. They were getting the pit back. They were fighting back and forward. The problem was that they weren't able to play that defense when they had the dub cap. And then when Sentinels finally took pit at the end of the game, they also flew in for the trip. They had enough time. It was incredible. It was very efficient.
Yeah, and we saw it on the scoreboard as well. The slays coming out of PJ who had 18, but overall, relatively, just even slays coming out of Sentinels. I think they all had some great damage rate slays. And we didn't quite see that same mix. Sorry, what are you trying to mention here, Tony? What am I missing?
Well, I was saying that was it when they took pit, and then they flew in for the trip cap because they still had them down. The slays and them taking, it was almost like they were taking pit and still finishing off the last two players. So it's just the timing worked perfectly for them to get the trip cap, and that was the winning play right there.
And you can see they're now split spawning as well. Royal 2 getting huge kills, and there's just nothing they could do, right? They're going to scramble to try and get into blue base. But it's just too little too late. Trippy comes in to defend it. So, yeah, Sentinels clutching up when they need to, right? You saw Trippy with that final power-up, too. He had the OS to dive into blue there, get that cap. They just hold on. This is how Sentinels wins tournaments. They always just find a way to ice up in these final moments here. Flyers doing incredible today, but it's a single elimination. So I guess that's it for Flyers. That's all we get to see of them.